The Judiciary Committee will please come to order, a quorum being present. Without objection, the Chair is authorized to declare recess at any time. Pursuant to Committee Rule 2 and House Rule 11, Clause 2, the Chair may postpone further proceedings today on the question of approving any measure or matter or adopting an amendment for which a recorded vote for the yeas and nays are ordered. I'd like to remind members that we've established an email address and distribution list dedicated to circulating amendments, exhibits, motions, or other written materials that members might want to offer as part of a markup today. If you'd like to submit materials, please send them to the email address that has been previously distributed to your offices, and we will circulate the materials to members and staff as quickly as possible. I would also ask all members, both those in person and those appearing remotely, to mute your microphones when you are not speaking. This will help prevent feedback and other technical issues. You may unmute yourself anytime you seek recognition. Pursuant to notice, I now call up H.R. 7946, the Veterans Service Recognition Act of 2022, for purposes of markup, and move that the committee report the bill favorably to the House. The clerk will report the bill.
H.R. 7946, to provide benefits for non-citizens.
Without objection, the bill is considered as read and open for amendment at any point. I will begin by recognizing myself for an opening statement. H.R. 7946, the Veterans Service Recognition Act of 2022, would finally ensure that non-citizen active duty military veterans and their families are treated with the dignity and respect befitting the sacrifice they have given to this country. As we discussed at our hearing last month in the Immigration Subcommittee, immigrants have served in the U.S. Armed Forces in every major conflict since the Revolutionary War. Every day, 45,000 immigrants actively serving in the U.S. Armed Forces risk their lives in support of our country. While military service can offer an expedited pathway to naturalization, many non-citizen service members leave the military without becoming a U.S. citizen because of unnecessarily burdensome requirements that they must meet. Further, many service members have family members who lack lawful status in the United States with no ability to adjust their status. As a result, while our military personnel are deployed protecting U.S. global interests and keeping our nation safe, they must worry if their loved ones will be apprehended in an immigration raid and potentially be deported. We must do better by those who risk their lives to protect our country. President Biden has taken significant actions to remove barriers to naturalization for service members. Additionally, the Departments of Homeland Security and Veterans Affairs have collaborated to create the Immigrant Military Members and Veterans Initiative. This initiative helps immigrant veterans across access VA benefits and, when appropriate, apply to be paroled into the United States. In addition to the Biden administration's actions, there has been a bipartisan commitment since 2007 to protect immediate family members of U.S. service members and veterans through the Parole in Place in Military Families Initiative. However, more must be done, and that is why we're considering H.R. 7946 today. The Veterans Service Recognition Act would direct DHS and DOD to implement a program that allows non-citizen service members to file for naturalization during basic training or as early as otherwise possible. Establish the Military Family Immigration Advisory Committee to review and provide recommendations on the cases of non-citizen veterans, active service members, and their families who are in removal proceedings. Provide an opportunity for non-citizen veterans who have been removed or ordered removed and who have not been convicted of serious crimes to apply for legal permanent resident status. And 4, allow immediate relatives of service members or veterans with an approved immigrant petition to adjust their status and obtain a green card as long as they are otherwise admissible. This legislation recognizes and honors the sacrifices of our service members by supporting them and their families and by giving them every opportunity to become U.S. citizens if they so desire. This is modest but important legislation that deserves bipartisan support. The Veterans Service Recognition Act is a narrowly tailored solution to a specific problem. The number of deported veterans is a closed universe with a small and finite number of individuals who are eligible for relief. DHS estimates that the number of deported non-citizen veterans is in the hundreds. Additionally, by addressing the naturalization of non-citizen service members during basic training, this bill will eventually eliminate the need to assist deported veterans in returning to the United States. I'd like to thank Chairman Takano of the Veterans Affairs Committee, as well as our Immigration and Citizenship Subcommittee Chair Zoe Lofgren, for their leadership on this issue. I was honored to join them in introducing the Veteran Service Recognition Act, and I urge all my colleagues to support this important legislation. I now